Congratulations! You just become the manager, and such an exciting moment, right? You become the manager, you got promoted, and you are super thrilled, right? And you always wanted to be a manager and you could take the role. So amazing. But now you got the role, but it's so much important that you become successful in the role, right? How to become successful, right? If you are doing what he was doing before, that make you a great performer, and that's why you could get promoted to be a manager. But now, as you become a manager, you have a completely different situation. You gotta do your job, plus your team need to do great the job too, because your performance will not be just assessed based on your own individual performance, but your team performance. So, how to get the things done in right way? Congratulations one more time, because you found this video. Because in this video, I'm gonna give you the three fundamental things and with some associated tips on top of it, which you can use right after using this video. So which can make you on the right track to become a successful manager. You want that, right? Well, I made actually another video last year about for the tips for the new managers. But here in this video, it's like a next version of that one, where there's a lot of other tips I'm gonna share with you, which you can use right now in your role, and you can be very successful. You want that, right? So let's get started. After working like last 15 years in IT field, this is what I realized. What is IT? Yeah. Sure. Make it happen. Thank you. So let's give a big hand to these student leaders to bring the training to you. Why don't you give a big hand to them? So number one thing is that as you become a new manager, your very first mission is about get the trust of your team. So how you can get the trust of your team? Your team should know that you are there to help them. Your presence should solve any particular problem of their team, and everybody know what exactly they need to do. So there are three things you have to do, all right? Just only three things on these tips, because there is a detailed video I made, another one with 7 other tips, but you can follow that one and you can use these three tips as well too together in your new management role, and you can really crush it. So let's start it, right? Number one, 1 minute goal setting. So one of the biggest problems that each of the staff is suffer in your team is about they don't really know what exactly they need to do or what is exactly their goal. Then to get an idea, but don't know in detail in terms of goal setting. So in this process, you will be setting out a 1 minute goal setting. All right. So one of the 1 minute goal setting exactly could be you could allocate your tasks. You could use your system. That's fine. One of the day, like very first, Monday is a great day. Just go to the staff desk and you tell them, what is your key focus of this year? They will just tell you, right? And that's like a very macro level question. And then you're going to ask, what are the key focus for you? What are the key goals you were trying to achieve this week? And they will tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then you will ask the second question, what are the key fundamental goals you are achieving? We're going to do like an 80% affect your missions right now of this week. And then they will tell you. And then you will just tell them, write down please me a plan how you will achieve those key goals, which are going to cover 80% of your impact of this week. Write down an email and send it to me. I'll have a look and give you an advice and give you feedback. So that will really help you to understand what exactly the team member are really doing in your team, and your manager, you know what is their key goals into it, and you can look at their goals and you can actually give them a feedback. So you and your staff know exactly the same metrics, what they need to do. Exactly, you know exactly the point they're going through. If they're going wrong, you know exactly, and you can give feedback immediately. All right, so that is a tip number one. So the tip number two, 1 minute praising. So like one of the things you can go around and your team is about, you can actually see that what exactly thing they are doing really well. When you are a new manager, you need to be focused about giving positive feedback, because when you start to give a negative feedback very early stage, it's so much dangerous for you, because many of them cannot really accept you yet, right? They don't see that you are there to help them. You see them as a threat, right? You don't want to position that one. So one of the things you could do, you can tell your staff to do in a particular thing. Like an example, they're doing in a particular project, or let's say they started to open a new software, they're learning a new software. You can just go to the desk, hey, show me how to use the software I want to learn. And basically you look into that. And they will probably get a little bit nervous. You'll start to work on that one. And as soon as they start to work on that one, You say, hey, that's a good thing you have done. Hey, you know how to find that thing. You give them a small feedback. So when you give them a small feedback and a positive feedback together to them, that will bring them nervousness down and bring confidence up. And that's exactly you need from your team member who has the right confidence. So then they will start to do the things and start to get motivated and start to figure out to find out how to they manage themselves. Because when you are a new manager, one of the things you need to do, you want to manage them, you want to inspire them, you want to lead them, but I also want to focus about how they can manage their very micro and small thing as well too. So this is going to be the tip 2, which is going to focus. But I'm going to tell you the tip number 3, but I'm also going to give you after that one, the key mistakes most of the manager right now too as well. So continue listening to number 3 and then the key mistakes, which is going to be your caveat to when you are going to be a new manager already, you're going to avoid that. So let's start at the next point first. This is the success booster card time. So question of the day, what is your key takeaway of this video so far? Go ahead and comment below the answer. We'll love to see what is the key takeaway. Science said that when you take up a key takeaway and note it down somewhere, you had a 35% chance to be actually doing it in your life to make it value out of it, which is amazing, right? But hang on, 35% is not enough. You need more. And this is the way I'm going to tell you how you can really make it happen. When you make a set of action, a plan that goes to from 35 to 91%, you can really make it happen in your life. So here we go. So from the key takeaway, what is the key action plan you're going to take, which is you learn from the video to your life, make a plan and commit it in publicly and commit into it. And that's what's going to make sure that you got 91% read that is going to really happen to you. You will be able to make it happen and successfully achieve your goal. And here's the last possible hack. When you announce something, a plan publicly, your 91% goes to 94% to really make it happen in the real life. So go ahead and comment below your plan in the video sections. We would love to see your plan, and we are 100% reply every comments in our channel. So we're going to see your plan, we're going to comment it, we're going to give you a feedback, and we're going to consult you to help you to make your plan to a reality. And that can go to up to 100% reality happens to your life. And that's how you get your action key takeaway to action plan to success to your life. And you know what? We're all sitting down here to help you and celebrate your success with you. So what are you waiting for? Let's go back to the video, finish it, and we're looking forward to see your action plan. And let's make it happen to your life, because you can do that, right? All the best. Don't forget to make your plan, okay? Don't forget to make your plan. See you soon. So it's called 1 minute redirect. That's the number 3. 1 minute redirect. So this is your key tool when a situation, when you're part of a team member not performing their well. There will be situation they will make mistakes. There will be situation they will not be motivated. There will be situation they will get lazy and make mistakes too. And that's the moment you need to step up. You need to start about, hey, what do you have done right now that's created that impact? What you have done, the mistake that created that mistake is that amount of loss. And that created our company that amount of issues right now. So with such kind of problem, I am not really feeling happy the way is overall my whole team gonna look like. All right. So first of all, you show them how the situation into it, and then you tell them how it's gonna impact your whole team performance, and then you will tell them main thing. In the dialogue, you will tell them that what exactly you're gonna do different to improve this one. You got lazy and you were not losing your focus, and that created that impact. What is exactly you are, and then you tell the main thing. What is the status? We know that you were better than that. I know that you can do that job much better way. So now how you can do it better? Please give me a plan. And that's called 1 minute redirect, and that will really show the person what exactly they need to fix about, and they will be using their critical thinking to come up with the right plan and discuss with you, rather than you try to come in and lost in their problem, because as they are doing the work, so they know much more than about you. But however, here's the point. I'm going to give you the 4 key mistakes most of the manager they do when it comes to the 3 minute redirects. Let me get started. Number 1, fail to understand what is the wrong. So when you are even manager, you cannot completely forget about the topic. You need to understand what exactly the problem is there. And as a manager, you used to be a subject matter expert, right? And that brings you a new manager. And as you are a new manager, you probably know most of it as well too. So your mission is to find out as fast as possible what is exactly the wrong. So do not even go for redirect if you figure out that there is a mistake happen. So find out exactly what is the problem and then you redirect. Number 2, fail to give feedback on time. You really need to give the feedback on time, otherwise it will be a big problem. It can be you can destroy your particular teammates. So I will tell you, the worst manager or director I was reporting to in my entire life, there is a so-called American guy. He's even been American. So he used to even work for other consulting company. He's like all the quarter, he gave amazing feedback to his staff. And then end of the quarter, he was giving a terrible feedback about his staff, about me. So my question is about, why did you give the feedback the 6 months, and now you are completely giving it a feedback? All the 6 months he telling that all the good job, you never say anything problem, and now when the performance time, review time, you can open the negative feedback. That is not the way of doing this one too. You need to give the feedback on time. If you're giving positive feedback in the first 2-3 weeks, that's great. But then you have to bring up the negative feedback given or improvement feedback on time. You cannot keep them in the last moment. So, and that is the way I'm telling you that with that director, I suffered a lot. My team staff suffered a lot. And just because he's incapable, to give feedback, and that really make him to be incapable to be a leadership role like director. So you always need to be actively remember that you need to give feedback, and you need to find the right word, positive manner, or even negative feedback or improvement feedback to give it to your teammates on time. Number 3 is a key mistake all the manager does. Most of the feedback become a personal attack. They take the things too personal. Don't take it personal. Don't come up with your point of angry or loss. It just happens. Everybody make mistakes. You made mistakes in your life. Maybe you make 2 less, so that's why you become a manager. Your staff made mistakes, and one of the things is you need to focus about every mistakes. You need to come up with a professional manner and have to give them the feedback professionally. And if you don't be to give the professional feedback, very first thing you need to do, cannot take things personally. It need to be without personally, without anger, without any emotions, but being professional, being clear, being precise to give the candidate to your teammates. And you can actually ask them, what is your thoughts about it? What do you do differently in the situation? So you come up with a feedback, which is somebody made a mistake. You don't get personal. You tell clearly what it is, and you tell me what do you do in that differently. That shows that you are actually so much understanding the problem, and then they will start to talk, and then you need to listen what they're talking. All right. So this is like tip number 4. The tip number 4 I will tell you is this one. One of the key mistakes most of the young manager does is they don't document the mistake their team doing. Document every other mistakes your team member doing. Document it, not to hold them accountable all over the year, but document them as a lesson learned. So the next time when you can actively announce it without mentioning who made that mistake, that hey, there was a mistake last 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago, that is a mistake and that was the solution and that was the impact. Please avoid that issue, just to be aware. So you can use those mistakes as your resource to educate your teammates and actively avoid such kind of problem. And that is the tip number 4. So here we go. Like I told you that you just become a young manager and now you want to be successful, and now you use these 3 tools and avoid those 4 caveat mistakes we could do. And if you do this one, you'll be a great manager moving forward as well too. And you know what? I want to give you a biggest clap to you and seeing you becoming a better manager and become successful in the role. So you already got my thumbs up because you become the new manager. Now it's time to be a successful manager, and you become that role. You took the role. You got the role, means you have the capability. Trust it. If you need any particular advice more or any particular problem you're facing, go ahead and comment below. I would love to give you an advice. So here we go. You become the manager. Your career is moving forward. Take it more further with your biggest success. All the best.